Here's $10,000.
Giant sack of gold coins.
Lots of tall people in this city.
Well, personally, I'd like to have my own fund.
You don't need all that extra metal.
Jack's got the flute out.
It's fine work.
Sounds like a you problem, Doran.
It doesn't make sense.
For beginners, there's got to be something in here.
Was it a natural 9?
Well, you gonna be petty or what?
Get it soon, love.
There we go.
Well, Doran, it's too bad about those bracers.
She stands up, brushes herself off, and mimes being afraid.
Look, I need to tell you something. Welcome back to Dice Shame, episode 129, Caught Flat-Footed.
MVP this week goes to Martin at Harry Hatfield on Twitter for their lovely tweet. Martin's just 30 episodes in right now, but they called us out for editing and sound effects, and we really appreciate being recommended to other folks on the internet. Word of mouth is such a powerful way to spread the show, so thank you so much, Martin.
Thanks, Martin. Are you looking for another D&D podcast? Reckless Attack is a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast about heroes bringing hope to a world marred by the mistakes of the past. Join them at their table for collaborative world building, friendships and feelings, monsters and mystery, and stacks of frogs, all with the energy and chemistry of a group of best friends. Check them out at recklessattack.com or at reckless_attack on Twitter and whatever way you listen to podcasts.
All right, should we play some D&D?
Let's do it!
The Laurel Square is bright and busy, with scores of stalls and vendors displaying their wares. The crowd is still less boisterous than one you'd expect in Waterdeep or Yarder, but hundreds of people are gathered here, and the mercantile thrum of voices and activity is invigorating.
This place is alive after all. Hey, Jack? Oh, right. I love Silvery Moon. Where the hell's Doran?
Down here.
Oh, good. Hey, buddy.
Yep. Lots of tall people in this city.
I just pictured me and Jack were going alone with Torin, but I feel like you guys are just behind us.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I mean, what do we need? I wouldn't mind buying some more health potions.
Yep.
Nah, never a bad idea. Doran wanted to check out the blacksmith. I'm willing to do that too.
Yeah. And maybe we could get some food. Some food that we could take with us. You know, tasty food. Food that'll make us salivate when we eat it, when we're alone in the woods, at night.
You know the kind of tasty food.
Not just rations, but, real good food.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they have real good food here.
Are you hungry, Doran?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I can smell some good stuff.
You and me both.
Jack and Torin, where'd they go?
We're right here. We're sticking with Red, I guess.
Yay!
Great. Well, why don't we split up? Why don't you guys take the market square and
Yeah.
I see some smoke over there. Could be a forge, Doran.
Let's do it.
Kraloth starts to turn away, and then he stops and turns back and he says, "You know what? Actually, Red, this is something I've wanted to bring up as a party. So far, you've been handling all of the finances, and well, personally, I'd like to have my own fund. It's the first time that I've been on my own. Always, my money's been, passed down for other causes, but never my own individual. So I'd like to split up the money if that's all right with you guys, and we can talk about it. I'm thinking like a 5-way split so that we get each one share, and then one share goes towards the party as a whole that we use for things that we're doing together. What do you guys think about that?
I'm easy. It sounds good to me. Anything further to further our, yeah, I'm in.
Always the eloquent one.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose so. Yeah, I guess I miss being sort of feeling like we're all one. But you're right. We're all kind of moving our individual ways in a way. We want to be able to have our own freedom. So sure. And Red reaches in and he gives out 731 gold pieces to everyone, which is fifths, and then he'll keep 1460 in there, which includes his own.
Perfect. Thank you, Red. I'm glad you understand, and yeah, excited to get spending.
I think before Jack gets his share, he kind of turns to Red and says, "Oh, you can hold on to it for me if that's all right with you."
Yeah? All right. I'll keep it in its own pile and everything. Don't worry.
Whatever you like.
Red, you know what? I don't like carrying around stuff. Just keep my cut in your bag there.
Oh, thanks. All right. Well, here you go, Kraloth.
I'll ask for it when I need to buy something.
Oh, I know. Don't worry.
Fancy. something to go along with Orc Splitter here.
Yeah.
It's also fabulous thing. This is a stupid amount of wealth that is just like people are handing over on the street corner.
Yeah.
Here's
I love it.
$10,000.
Like,
Bag of holdings.
like
Just like-
giant sack of gold coins to you and giant sack of gold
Hey,
coins to you.
pickpockets!
That's right.
Yeah, so who wants to do what?
I think there's an apothecary just down the way here, Red. Why don't we go check it out?
Cool. I'll come with you too. And he picks up your hand again.
Aw.
Away we go, Jackson says, turning to Torin and reaching out a hand to make sure we're all going in a chain.
Yeah, absolutely. Torin grabs your hand and it's kind of like Red pulling Jack, pulling Torin through the market.
Yes, yeah, very much that.
Cool.
So Kraloth and Doran head to the blacksmith,
Yeah, definitely.
and the sound of bellows and hammer and the singeing of steel and water.
Ping.
Classic.
It's so immersive.
And wow.
No, it's great.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
There's someone, some talented elven smithy work on display. Swords, exotic weapons, leatherworking.
I'm curious how Doran is going to respond to, like, I picture us just like standing by the blacksmith and watching them work and just like crossing our arms, and like Kraloth is just watching, enjoying it, and Doran's shaking his head, just like, what are they doing with that
The
pommel?
elven smith is so graceful, and there's like a single strand of hair that's come loose from his like extravagant bun. And otherwise just entirely composed. Like one bead of sweat runs down his face, and then there's no other sign of exertion. I mean, the metalwork is objectively wonderful.
But I almost picture it's too frilly.
Yes.
And maybe that's where Doran would have an issue. Like, you don't need all that extra
The-
metal on the pummel.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah. The smudge from the fire and all the soot is like on this elven blacksmith in such a way that it almost looks like it's makeup.
Contoured.
It's like smudged into his cheekbones. It's contoured. His eyes are like all smoky. I'm like, Doran's just rolling his eyes. And without really asking, pulls over like a small wooden chair and stands up and reaches up and takes a scimitar off the wall. Some nicely made scimitar. I'll tell you, it's fine work. Yeah, but it's awfully light. And he kind of bangs it on the table. But ping, ping, ping. Oh, it's certainly strong. I will say it's nice work. And he looks over at the blacksmith. But far too frilly. And he puts the sword back on the wall.
The blacksmith just shrugs and goes back to battering the shit out of this piece of metal.
I'll tell you one thing. He's not hitting that nearly as strong as he should be. If you want to build thick, strong metal, then you gotta hit it hard.
Is there not a place for accuracy and finesse in blacksmithing, or is it just about strength?
Oh, no. Oh, you're very right. You must be accurate and you must have finesse when dealing with hot metal, but he's just not hitting it hard enough. These elvish blacksmiths.
So, you gonna get anything, or you just want to admire? I don't need anything from the blacksmith personally.
And maybe at that moment he sees like a set of bracers with sort of a nice design on them. Hey, like, do you mind if I take a look at those bracers? As Doran leans far over the counter and just grabs them himself, feeling them. I will say they're very lightweight. Would you mind if I put these on to try them?
Please.
And he does. And Doran really likes the design on these things. They're a little bit beveled in an area, and they're, just the shape and the dynamic. And as he puts them on, he brings his arm up and down. He notices that right where the edges of the braces are, because they're meant for a taller person with longer arms, it just meets perfectly in the
The crease of your elbow.
The crease of my elbow, exactly. Wow. Normally they shouldn't come down this far, but I kind of like this. And he's moving his arms up and down. How much for the set?
5 gold.
Consider them purchased. And he looks over at Kraloth. Red's got all my money.
Can I borrow some from you?
We literally just talked about that. I don't know how this is my problem. And Kraloth is over at a wall looking at a bunch of like really like nice blades and done with like different materials and stuff. Yeah, it sounds like a you problem, Doran.
Ooh.
Oh, Kraloth, I enjoy your humor. Now, let me borrow 5 gold.
You had the choice of taking your own money, but you didn't. There are benefits to having your own. And
Oh, I see what it's like. You die, and then the next thing you know, you're all selfish again, are you? Oh, okay. Doran's sort of thinking that Kraloth is joking. And
how much for this blade here? And Kraloth just turns back to the wall, and there's a
Ouch.
there's a very nice ornate dagger, and it could be made of glass, but not just regular glass. There's like a greenish tint to it. Is this is a dagger, but also looks like some kind of skinning knife. Is that right?
Oh, this is for extreme precision in leatherworking, skinning. It's for a real craftsperson.
All right. Yeah, 50 gold.
Yes, 50.
I'll take it. And he picks it up. Does it come with a case or a sheath?
Yes, here.
Well, Doran, it's too bad about those bracers. It's really a shame.
you know what, Kraloth? Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you lend me the 5 gold, I'll give you 6 gold of my own.
Oh, we're gonna make a deal out of this, eh?
Well, I'm trying to buy, I didn't think I'd have to bargain with my friends, but you know what? Maybe I don't need it.
For 56 gold, and throw in the bracers as well.
Done.
Oh, thank you very much, Kraloth. Doran sort of steps outside, shaking his head. I can't believe it, he says to himself.
Can't believe what?
Oh, nothing.
Well, you gonna be petty or what? I bought you the bracers. I'm gonna let you stew for a bit. I'm gonna go off on my own, but you enjoy those bracers, and yeah, don't forget.
I won't. 6 gold. It's coming your way. Doran sort of stands there, looking one direction as Kraloth sort of goes on his way. But then Doran immediately starts to follow him, sneaking from a distance. He wants to see where Kraloth goes.
Oh, interesting.
Red, Jack, Torin, what are you guys up to?
Red's at an apothecary sort of haggling. He's like, look, if I sell you these 4 healing potions, that surely must give me a discount on the greater healing potions. And he's like kind of been back and forth with this guy a few times
This
now.
guy's like, listen, I've told you once, I'm going to tell you again, but this is the last time. Used potions. I'm not really in like the buying
They're
business.
not used. Look, they look exactly like the ones you have right here. Regular healing potions, 50 gold. What I'm saying is, here are 4 more, pay me 50 gold. I don't understand why you're trying to cheapen them. You're going to sell them for 50. It's right there.
I'll pay you 20 gold.
That's not even, it doesn't make sense though. They're going to be, fine, 45 gold. You're going to make 5 gold on each of these. That's surely worth it.
And I'm going to make 0 gold if these potions turn out to be clever fabrications.
They're not clever.
You're not part of the guild.
Yes, I am. I just can't find it. And Red's like going through his thing. It's here. I swear. It's just And he reaches in and he pulls out his guild artistry form, which is literally something you get as a guild artisan at the beginning. See, and it's like all crumpled. And it's like stained.
Jack turns to Torin and says, "It's like this every time."
It's got like Umber Hulk egg crush on it or something like that. He's like, there! Slaps it down. He like puffs his chest out feeling so. He like looks at Torin, looks at Jax. See? There. Guild artistry. Appreciated. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, if you were selling me arrows, this would be really useful.
Oh, fuck off. Let's go to the other guy. And Red storms out of the room.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I dig it.
Sorry about that, guys, as we're outside.
No,
turns to
that's fine.
The life of an adventurer is awfully tough. I think there's a bookstore over there. I just want to peek my head in just for a minute.
Yeah, let's do it. I need to cool off before trying that apothecary.
I don't know that I've mentioned this, Torin, but I've started playing the flute. I was hoping to find some music.
You're
to try
kidding
and-
me.
No, I'll show you later. I wanted to find like a lesson book or something. I'm really not good at all.
Oh, he's great.
I would love to hear you play the flute. Can we? And there's a fountain nearby, and Torin takes a seat on the lip of it. There's just people bustling around. No one's really paying you guys any attention. He's like, please, anything, I promise. I I won't laugh.
Here?
I'll just listen. Please.
Okay. And then you'll see why I need to go find a lesson book for beginners in 3 parts.
Jack, you don't have to be a master at everything you do. It's okay to be a beginner.
Okay, here it goes.
Oh, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen! Red stands up.
No?
Please, for a second, if you don't mind, my friend is going to play some music. And he sits back down, gives you a thumbs up.
Oh, Jack's got the flute out. He's licking his lips, trying to get everything ready to go. He gives a few tentative hoots, and I rolled a 9 for performance.
All right.
A 9 out of 20 or 10?
Why would it be out of 10?
Yeah, roll a d10.
Hasn't he ever been out of 10? What the fuck is going on?
Don't worry, mastery is not important, Alex. You can
let me
just play
rephrase.
for fun. You don't need to be good at the game.
You
Was it a natural 9?
you've memorized
It was 8 plus 1.
You've memorized the finger placements on the flute that you need to attain the tune that you're aiming for, but there's something about your embouchure that is all wrong, and the delivery of the air into the flute results in a sound that is at the same time painful and also kind of pitiful.
Jack gives it about 30 seconds before he stops and says, I'm a beginner.
Torin is almost red in the face from trying not to laugh. And when you finish, he collapses into your arms. And he's like,
Yep, that's fine. No, it's fine. It's okay to laugh. That was something.
He's terrible.
can I just say I'm so proud of you for trying something new. But I wouldn't hire you for the Copper Cup. Let's put it that way. All right.
The caliber of entertainment there.
Let's get you.
For beginners, there's
let's
got to
get
be
you
something
the
in here.
bookstore.
I feel like the people around are just like, what the hell was that? That was bloody awful.
One
And people just start
person-
parting slowly.
One person gives you 2 copper pieces.
Like an old woman walks up and she's like, oh, like shakes your arm,
Honey.
you know, like that like old woman who's like, you'll get it soon, love. And like puts a copper piece in your hand and walks away.
But I feel like also because it's like this really proper elvish town, that people just kind of like turn their noses up and go back to what they're doing without really saying much.
I almost picture when Red tries to get their attention, they don't pay attention either. They're kind of like, ugh,
Yeah,
a loud
yeah.
braggart, forget it.
There's something, though.
Yeah.
Jack's got his first 2 coppers to rub together that he ever made from playing music.
Aww.
And he's going to hold on to them. You know, he's looking at him in his hand. They've got a weight to him, and he sort of tucks him in a shirt pocket, keeping him
Put
real
them in
close.
the 1 copper piece pouch that you guys got, like the 4th episode that we ever recorded. Remember, there's like a little
Yeah.
pouch.
If I
that
can
only-
wrest it away from Red.
Never. That one's mine.
Should have asked for it when you had the opportunity.
I've put those 2 in the shirt pocket that goes over my heart. And
That's cute.
It's going to save your life one day.
we'll
someone
see.
shoots you with a bullet.
Stop an arrow.
Kraloth and Doran, the pitiful sounds of someone just murdering a flute barely reach you over the sounds of the hustle and bustle of the Laurel Market. Kraloth, you're off to your own errand.
Yeah. So Kraloth goes to 2 places, totally unaware that Doran is shadowing him. And first, he's kind of in the industrial area from where the forage is. It's close to the water. And he goes into what looks to be a quarry master store, like a place where they sell, stones and that sort of thing. And he goes in, and it's kind of an open setup, and Doran can see Kraloth talking to this elven stonemason. And, the elf shows him a couple stones, and Kraloth shakes his head, and then the elf goes into the back, and he brings out this really unique sort of geode that is kind of white, but has veins of green, glowing neon green. And Doran, you see Kraloth reach into a pouch that isn't the same pouch that he kept the money that Red had given him. It's in a different pouch. And he reaches into this pouch and he pulls out a hefty amount of coin and hands it over to this stonemason, and then takes the stone, sticks it in his backpack, and also is given this knife, which you recognize as like a stone carving knife, and he puts it into his back as well.
Wow.
Secret money.
Mm-hmm. Secret money.
Where do you go next?
And then the next place, he starts making his way back sort of to the core of the town, and makes his way into a bookstore.
What's the name of the bookstore?
Lem's Tomes.
Ah. I think Doran at this point would kind of look around. What's around this bookstore?
Across the street from Lem's Tomes, there is a flower stall, outside of which there are many buckets full of cut flowers that are absolutely out of season. Perhaps this is where Emerus found the cut flowers for his bedside table that Jack saw. There are also a few terraced bleacher style arrangements where potted plants are also just arrayed out for people to peruse.
Doran trips on the bleacher sort of stand thing as he's eyeing Kraloth enter this bookstore, and and he looks down and sees all the flowers and pretends to take interest in these flowers as he kind of keeps an eye on the door of the bookstore. Looking down at one of these cut flower, he picks up a bouquet and he says, actually, he puts it back down. He's like, all right, I haven't got any money on me.
All of a sudden, a bolt flies through the air, Doran, and hits you in the chest.
Oh,
What?
Whoa.
Everybody roll for initiative.
dun 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 dun.
Harlan!
13.
Alex, what'd Doran get?
14.
Nice.
Kraloth.
Kraloth got 10.
Jack.
Jack gets 19.
Hey, there we go.
And Rob, you are going to be playing Torin Cheldrick, your sweet love.
Love it.
And Torin will act on your turn as well. All right, so surprise round. Doran, you take a crossbow bolt to the chest. I want you to please make a Constitution saving throw against poison, for which you have advantage.
Constitution saving throw. I have also a +7 to this. That's going to make it a total for 18.
All right. So, Doran, you save against the effects of this poison that are on the crossbow bolt, meaning you only take half of this damage, so 8 poison damage total.
Whoa.
You also take 12 piercing damage. Next up, the person who is standing directly beside you turns with a short sword in her hand. This is someone that's dressed like any other person in this marketplace, just in a nondescript brown cloak. She draws a short sword and she tries to stab you with it.
Ooh.
Doran says something like, well, listen, I put the flowers back.
That's good.
11 to hit. She misses the first attack. Ooh. 24 to hit you on the second one.
All right.
24 to hit you on the second attack. So that's 7 piercing damage, and make a Constitution save against poison.
Oh, someone's out to get me, eh? That's going to be a 17
Okay.
for Constitution.
You save, so you only take 9 poison damage.
Oh, my health was at 69,
Aw, bummer.
Oh.
but now it's
Nice.
Sex.
It's the
And
number.
then
well, hold on, because I do have riposte, and she missed. I don't know if it's a
it
man
is
or
a
woman
she.
that
Yes.
just attacked me.
She.
It was she. Okay.
How woke of you.
She, as
So
she's
that means I
attacking you,
can-
she says, "My pronouns are she, her."
I'm going to use riposte. So when a creature attacks and misses with a melee, I use my reaction
Nice.
and expend one of my superiority die, which is a D8.
Mm-hmm.
Doran retrieves Orc Splitter impressively fast and strikes at this assassin in front of him with a 25.
To hit, yes. Mm-hmm.
Doing, that's going to be 19 points of damage.
Excellent.
He says, "What the hell is going on here?"
From just down the block, another crossbow bolt sings towards you. 20 to hit.
It does. Kraloth! A 20 lands directly in my Mithril's armored shoulder.
35 piercing damage.
Ooh, jeez.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Ouch.
23.
Great. You save. You take 19 poison damage.
Ugh! Help, Kraloth! I feel like the Godfather in the street. Ah! Ugh!
Spoilers.
Can't be good.
Spoilers.
For the Godfather, yes.
Yep. Oh, shit. Actually, that takes me down. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I figured.
Are you down?
Yeah.
Sick. Jack, it's your turn.
Jack picks up Flautist for Beginners Part 2 and tries to take it over to checkout.
You spend your turn in combat purchasing a leaflet of music.
If we're understanding that it's hard to hear over the crowd, yeah, I think that's what we're
Great.
doing.
You buy it. It's the best.
Red, I need to get some money out of your bag on your turn.
Oh, yeah, no problem, buddy. And Red, I feel like this is the scene in Ninja Turtles where, like, Raph is getting the shit kicked out of him, and then it cuts back to the other Ninja Turtles, like, being really normal.
Yeah, I think if we can spin dropping my initiative down just to hold on until Red makes me aware of something, well, Jack's, spending the time to finish up in this bookstore.
Perfect. Yeah, so you'll drop below red now permanently in the order.
Yeah, here, buddy. Here's some extra money for you, and maybe I'll go make my way to that apothecary and see if I can't haggle my way into some greater healing potions. And Red, like, casually walks out of the store.
Yeah, we'll be right behind you.
Red, as you leave the store, you notice there is a note of panic running throughout the market. Someone
hell?
screams from the middle of the square.
Jack, Torrin, there's something going on.
Doran, make a save against death.
10.
Hey, there you go.
That's fine. Yeah, that counts as a success. So, Red, you run out.
I think something's going on. And Red's going to jog towards the center of where everyone's running from. And he'll use his feline agility to move double his movement.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty keen in terms of perception. You know when people are running away from something, that's usually where you're running towards.
Yeah. Red uses his feline agility to move through the crowds towards the center. And when he's maybe 20 feet from Doran's corpse, he sort of stops. What do I see?
You see him lying there by a flower stand, bleeding out in the street, your little friend. And above his corpse, a woman is wiping her short sword.
Doran! How tall are these stands?
They're about 8 feet tall.
And are they just flat roofs?
Does seem very Red to jump onto a roof and look around at what's going on, survey the market.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
And Red turns to see the stall next to him, and he climbs up quickly to get on top of the roof and then drops prone for the time being to keep himself in cover from the people below. And he screams, Jack! Doran's down!
Jack, it's your turn.
Yeah, Jack finishes what he's doing. He turns to Torin, frantic for a second, and pulls out his wand and touches Torin, and Torin disappears, going invisible. And he says, stay safe, run to Mom's house. I'll see you afterwards. And uses that 4th level spell slot to give Torin greater invisibility and starts moving towards where Red is running.
Cool. What does Torin do?
I think starts to run in the direction Jack kind of pushes him.
Keep him safe, out of trouble.
Absolutely.
I guess we're not going to have the sad Torin dying in Jack's arms episode.
Oh, we will. We'll figure it out.
Jack, yeah, you turn Torin invisible. He takes off towards your mom's house, and you make your way into the market amid the sounds of screaming and some panic.
Yep.
You hear Red calling to you from atop this fruit stand that he's perched on. Kraloth, it's your turn.
Kraloth is mid-interaction with this bookseller, and he is just in the middle of the exchange when he hears Doran cry out. And it's not a sound that he's heard Doran make pretty much ever. And a steely look crosses his face, and he grabs the book that he's purchasing and slams the gold onto the counter and hastily stuffs it in his pocket as he makes his way out the door. And he's already drawing his mace as he ventures toward the sound of Doran's voice. So he moves forward around a little gazebo that is standing in between, and he sees Doran on the ground, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kraloth takes out his mace and immediately points it at Doran and mutters a quick word and casts Spare the Dying on him as a bonus action. And then from there, he turns his attention to this assassin, and with a snarl, he sticks his mace up into the air
Cool.
and casts Spirit Guardians. And the mace begins to glow a sickly purple, and wisps of shadow begin to emanate from it and circle him. And she's just within range. It's 15 feet. And at the start of her turn, she's going to have to do a wisdom save as these Spirit Guardians surround Kraloth and target only her.
Yeah, Red sees this too. I'm like, what the hell?
Kraloth, you hear the pitter-patter of light footsteps on the awning above you, and a woman appears.
She's entered the space. She's going to have to do a wisdom save.
8.
Nice. So if she fails, 16 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
As these shadow wisps pierce her and just fill her with this dark, toxic energy.
She screams in response to this piercing pain and then tries to shoot you with her crossbow twice.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That hits.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
That's going to be 20.
You take 11 piercing damage
Okay.
and you take 10 poison damage.
My God.
The second attack is a 20 to hit. Dirty.
That is a miss.
Something's amiss.
The arrow clangs off my shield.
She then continues running along the rooftop and launches herself off the other side on the northern side towards kind of where Red is, somersaulting in the air and landing on her feet. Red, you see something strange happen then. Because she's kind of out of line of sight of Kraloth, and Doran's not conscious to see this. The woman's face changes. She looks up. She sees another shopper, a pedestrian, standing there frozen in fear. She looks at this woman who's just standing there, and her face changes to resemble this other shopper, this innocent passerby. She stands up, brushes herself off, and mimes being afraid.
Cool.
Red's face changes from like fear to a grave seriousness, and he eyes her down with almost a bit of that ferocity that we've seen Red have before.
Mm-hmm. The other assassin that's towards the north of the square, who had her crossbow out, retrains it up towards you, Red, who is prone. She sprints across the square and vaults up onto the top of the stall where Red is lying prone, draws her short sword, and stabs down at him.
Ooh.
Ooh, wow.
With advantage to hit because you're prone.
Yeah.
Great.
Lord.
25 to hit you.
That hits.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
12.
You take 6 piercing damage and 21 poison damage.
Mm.
All right.
Then she tries to stab you again. 23 to hit you.
That hits.
Make another Constitution saving throw.
That is a 10.
5 piercing damage,
Yeah.
13 poison damage, and you fall unconscious.
It's okay. I'm dead anyway.
Holy fuck, eh?
Red goes down.
All right. This final assassin that's standing over the body of Doran, she's beginning her turn in your spirit guardian area, right? So she makes a wisdom saving throw. Ooh, natural 1.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, so 18 plus 6. So 18 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
She can't get away quickly enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or wisely enough?
She unwisely takes damage.
She's not smart enough. She is going to move south through this field and then duck west out of the range of your spirit guardians as she runs south through the square. She moves beyond the range of anyone's sight, so you lose track of her in the crowd.
Perfect.
Doran, it's your turn. You are unconscious. Red, make a save against death.
14.
Nice.
Jack and Torin. Torin is continuing to escape. Jack, what do you do?
Jack climbs up, like puffs, climbs up one of these on
You
one of
spend
these
your
stalls.
whole
manages
turn
to-
doing one pull-up.
I mean, it's close, but he gets up enough to like stand on a roof and see this person standing over Red with a dripping blade.
Yes.
And loses it a little bit. He whips out Dazan's wand and points it at her, and fills it with as many magic missiles as he can get. And third level magic missiles with that extra alchemical jazz, because we're not having any of this. 5 arrows that look just like the ones Red makes appear around him, shimmering in this concentrated force, and they all blast out to cross this figure who is standing over Red with the bloody blade for 74 damage total.
Wow.
Whoa!
Holy moly.
Yeah. She takes all that damage, and the force of it knocks her bodily off of this awning, and her body drops from sight.
And Jack then reaches out with his hand, casting this spell in his mind where he's got a bit of a telekinetic grip to pull Red's body a little bit closer to him across the roof, just to get him away from that edge of the roof, pulling him a little bit further out of sight, he hopes.
Nicely done. Kraloth, what do you do?
Kraloth has a taste for blood. He's going to run forward and follow this assassin that shot him from the roof. Past Doran, past where Red is. Now, can I see Red? Am I tall enough to see over top to a bit of Red?
No.
He can sense Red's life essence waning, but he can't even see him. And he connects with that source that he holds for Red in his heart and casts Spare the Dying as a cantrip on him.
Cool.
My God, thank goodness for you.
Kraloth gets right up next to this first assassin that attacked him, and she is disguised.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she looks like someone else.
But can I still tell it's her?
You can make a perception against her deception.
Oh,
She'd be
okay.
wearing the same clothes, right?
Is the other person still there? Like, is there a set of twins standing there, or has this other person fled?
Yeah, the other person's standing there, but she's wearing different clothes than her. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. I got a 12.
Okay. So you don't perceive that there is a duplicate of someone standing there.
What are you, blind?
I mean, she just got her face turned away.
Okay, and what about the girl that has fallen to the ground there? Can I...
There
See
is
her?
a very wounded woman crouched, bleeding heavily beside the fruit stand.
I see that, I clock it, and then Kraloth holds up his shield and ready because he knows that other assassin is nearby, and he's going to take the dodge action.
Great. Here's an interesting question. You had selected these 2 people to be targets of your spiritual guardians.
Mm.
One person left your vision and changed her appearance,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think that necessarily changes her as a target of your spell.
I'm cool with that.
They know who the target is just because
Right.
your target went over the side of a roof and changed
Yeah.
what her face looks like doesn't mean that the powers that this deity has inspired upon you would be fooled by this silly chicanery. So as you stand there, you perceive these wisps of shadow attack one of the women that's just standing to your right, and she howls in pain, a sound that you remark is very similar to the scream that you had just heard a few moments ago.
Excellent.
She's going to make a wisdom saving throw as she begins her turn. That's a 3.
14 points of necrotic damage.
Nice. She's going to take a labored few steps around you
Okay.
and then tries again to stab Doran,
Oh,
lying
shit.
there as he is on the ground.
Oh, no.
I can't do anything.
Nope.
Yeah.
You automatically fail 2 death saves, so you have 1 left, and
Oh.
now you are continuing to
Oh,
bleed
no.
We
out.
might all be freaking zombies after this.
Kraloth would like that.
I know, like that's what I'm saying. Thanks to Kraloth, we'd all be like the living
Friends,
dead.
She's
like-
then going to try to run away and doesn't make it very far, but she does leave your reach.
Yes. All right. Attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Only 5 points of damage.
All right. Her friend makes a wisdom save. This is the crumpled one that is very close to death with a 2.
Well, that's only 8 points of damage this time.
She fucking dies.
Sweet.
So the
Finally.
wisps, they move from this other assassin to her, and they all go up through her nostrils and into her head, and she begins to scream and writhe on the ground, her eyes wide, and something just snaps inside, and she continues staring up at the sky.
Blood leaking from her nostrils. Doran, it's your turn. Make a save against death.
Oh, wait.
This is your last fucking go,
This
right?
is
Like,
the
if you fail
last
this,
save
you're
against
dead.
death that you get to do. Make a very important save against death.
All right, here we go. 13.
Hey!
All right.
There we
You
go.
made it.
2 fails,
Doran, does
1
that
save.
pass?
You're not. That passes. You're not out of the woods yet.
Just kidding.
Red, you are also stable, but unconscious. Jack, it's your turn.
Jack reaches out with his mind, and he knows where Red put those healing potions that he was trying to haggle with a moment before.
yeah.
And with his mage hand, he pulls one of them out and pours it down
Oh,
Red's lips.
Whoa.
Nice.
You know, has the hand come back to him with a second one as he is carefully trying to get across the roof of this, you know, the weird stretched cloth between these stalls to get over to where Doran is as the other potion from Red arrives in Jack's hands.
Well, I'm up with 5 hit points.
Excellent.
Whoa.
Kraloth, it's your turn. You see Jack stagger down from this
Very graceful.
booth.
Like a cat.
Kraloth is out for blood, and he steps next to Doran, and kind of as an afterthought, he casts Spare the Dying again on him. But he turns towards this assassin and begins to pull from this new place within him as a shadow falls over Kraloth, and he is going to reach out with a hand and cast Inflict Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cast that as a level 3. Ah! Damn it, why don't I have luck?
Aw.
You could have taken it.
It's called what's it called? Success
Good
there's a name
addition,
for
Alex.
it.
Go on, Alex.
It's when you
Let's not wait on him. We'll be here all day.
It was an 11 to hit.
yeah.
No, 11 misses.
Ugh! I forgot I had inspiration.
Yeah, sorry.
And Doran is back up to 3 successes and is breathing again.
Real clutch to be breathing.
This assassin snarls at you, Kraloth, and then she backs away slowly through these spiritual wisps of smoke. Ooh, that's a 18?
She's good. She gets through.
All right. And she retreats from you, going north. She runs away. She escapes through the crowd.
Coward!
Jack leans down and feeds Doran the other potion. Tries to get him sitting up and back on his feet.
Red sort of stumbles up, limps to the side, and rolls off onto the canvas, and then rolls off onto the floor, and then casts Cure Wounds on himself.
And you land right beside the body of this creature. Not
Yeah.
a woman anymore.
I quickly search it with sleight of hand. I don't want anyone to see.
You find a small leather parcel.
Yeah, I pocket it and put it in the bag of holding. And Red stands up and limps towards the others.
We could have had them. We were so close. We got one at least. And Kraloth drags this body over so that it's kind of in like a shaded area.
Into an alley.
Yeah.
What happened? How did this start? I just heard screaming and
We were ambushed. We were ambushed by 3 of these.
Doran, are you with us?
Oh, just give me a second. He sits back on his haunches and just sits there for a
Yeah,
minute.
and Red oddly stays close to Doran.
I'm up.
What are we looking at here? And Jack comes over to the corpse.
The corpse is a strange-looking humanoid. The skin's so light, it's translucent. You can almost see the workings of veins underneath with the blood slowing. Their blank eyes look up to the sky. No irises or pupils. There's no hair on the creature. They don't have a gender. They don't have a race that you can really discern. They just seem like a blank humanoid.
It changed itself. It made itself look like one of the commoners. Some sort of magical ability, I suppose.
Can I roll some sort of intelligence arcana roll to figure out?
You can just know, as Jack Page would, that this is a race of beings known as changelings. They're pretty rare. I don't think you've ever interacted with one.
How would I know?
Certainly not ever seen one in its own true flesh. Very, very few people ever have. But this bears all the markings of them. As far as any specifics about their abilities, they're closely guarded.
Do they have a particular relationship to, like, the Feywild or the Shadowfell or some darker place like that? Or are they?
Yeah, not that you know of, no.
I feel like Red and Doran are lagging behind, kind of like a good 15 feet away as they're slowly walking. And Red just turns to Doran and sort of stops him and says, "Look, I need to tell you something. After, okay? Just
Sure. Why not just tell me now?
Just after. Just trust me."
All right.
The corpse is a study in anonymity. Apart from the tools of their trade, vials of poison, weapons, there is nothing on this person to suggest any kind of allegiance.
I think Jack carefully sets the poison aside and from the weapons and sort of looks up at Kraloth. Did they target Doran first, or?
Yeah, I think they did. He was down by the time I left the bookshop.
Huh.
It happened very quickly. I don't know what they were after, but they definitely seemed intent to kill.
With the realization that any of these market goers, any pedestrian walking by, any merchant could possibly bear you ill will, the market suddenly seems far less friendly. The busyness now takes on a malevolent cast, and you turn your backs from the Laurel Square, feeling more alone than ever.
Thank you once again to our wonderful Patreon supporters, Christopher Ryan Evans, Alexander Reed, Merlin, Mitchell Cadwell, Michael and Brianna Weber, Brian Blass, Heather Nichols, Colin Burkhart, Daniel, Kara Smith-Blass, Doug, Gray, Jackie and Rain, Jessica Orrit, Jonah Goldman, Melanie Sheehan, Lars, and Mari Kaniski. See you soon!